Hey friends, I'm really excited because March is coming up and some of my favorite readathons are in March. So the first readathon I want to talk to you about is Middle Grade March. I will link their channel below. They have a Middle Grade March YouTube channel along with an Etsy shop that has great merch in it. It's run by Krista at Books and Jams, Katie from Life Between Words, and Amanda at On the Middle Shelf. And this specific readathon was the first readathon that I really participated in booktube back when I was just watching it. I want to say it was year 2022. This might be my fourth year doing this. But it also was the first time that I really reached out to Krista and made that connection with her. And now she's one of my favorite people to talk books and life with. So I'm very excited to talk with you about Middle Grade March. I want to talk to you about the prompts and the books that I could potentially read. If you've been following my channel, you know that February has been a bit of a stressful reading month. And I say stressful just in I can't so much mood read, which I'm finding I really do need to do. I need some flexibility to have some mood reading. I am reading some nonfiction for the BookTube Prize. Talk to you about that. And I also did a couple of readathon projects, read-alongs in January and February that I usually I jump before I look at my planner with things like that. So I need to really think about just being real. So in March, I need to finish the BookTube Prize books that I'm reading by the end of the month. And I also know that several prize lists that I like to follow are coming out. So we've got the Carol Shields Prize long list will come out in March, and the Women's Prize for Fiction long list will come out in March. And I know that I'm not going to try and read them all. I may try and I'd like to see what's on there. And typically, in the past, nothing on the long list of either prize have I read before. Yeah, I don't know. I like those prize lists because I also hear about books that I would never have heard of before. And last year, some of my favorite books of the year were on those prize lists, like Western Lane by Chechna Maru, and what were the other ones that I read? Brotherless Night by Vivi Ganeshanathan. I never say her last name right. I think I put too many syllables in it. Yeah, so one of my favorite books of all time, The Marriage Portrait by Maggie O'Farrell. I was really not wanting to read that book, but it was on some of the prize lists. And I love Maggie O'Farrell. I don't always love historical fiction, so that's kind of why I was holding back on that one. But I ended up, it's one of my favorite books of all time. I need to read it again soon. So anyway, all that to say, I'm going to tell you the prompts and tell you some of the books that I might read. And we're going to kind of go from there and just stick with me through March to see, because this is video 1 of 3 March potential TBRs, pile of possibilities, book stacks that could be read in the month of March. This is video 1 of 3. So the other videos that I'll come to you with soon, probably next week sometime, will be my TBR book stack pile of possibilities for the Irish Readathon, which is another of my all-time favorite readathons. And that is run by Leanne at Leanne Rose and Aoife from Words of Clover, I think is the name of her channel. And then also I have a buddy. I know I have a buddy read. I will have a book club book, maybe 2 book club books. And there's other readathons that are going on that I hope to participate in, maybe by reading 1 book. I know that there is a Bronte readathon on Emily at Novell Novels is doing that. And then we also have March on the Moors by Melinda at Web of Stories. There's just lots of good things happening in March. And hopefully warmer weather. Without the seasonal allergies, can we do that? Would that be cool? I'm just asking. Okay, middle grade March. So the group reads are The Secret Garden by, of course, I'm just blanking on her name. Frances Hodgson's. I'll put it right here. See, end of day. The other one, and I got the audiobook for this, so I'm going to listen to it on audio. I've never read The Secret Garden. Frances Hodgson's Burnett. See, it does come. It does come to me. Anyone with chronic illness, brain fog, you probably understand. The other group read is a retelling, reimagining, is that what we call it, of The Secret Garden, and that is Moon Garden by Michele A. Berry. What I saw, first of all, beautiful cover. Centuries ago, Earth's plants turned deadly, and humanity took to space to cultivate new homes. Myra Hodger is in her first year at an elite school on the moon, and she's crumbling under the pressure. She doesn't fit in, and worse, the tattoos that signal her number whisperer magic aren't developing. In her heart, she knows she doesn't have a career, and soon everyone else will too. So I'm not sure if this will be for me, but I'm gonna try it. So I got it out from the library. All right, so those are the group reads. Prompt 1 is to read a book by an author with 2 names, which is going to be The Secret Garden. Although I also have, I know which one I was going to pick for that one. This is on my 12 and 25 list. This is The Yearling by Marjorie Kinnan Rawlings. I've never read this. I think I've had this copy since I was little, or maybe it was my sister's. But my parents didn't really want me to read this necessarily because there is animal death in here. And, you know, I'm not good with that. I'm really not good with that. But, you know, I'm going to read it. I'm going to try anyway. So this will be my book for the book with an author with 3 names. Okay, next is to read a book with flowers on the cover. So I wasn't sure about that one, except The Secret Garden, The Moon Garden could count for that for sure. Part of a series. So I am going to read, and I know, okay, middle grade is typically, from what I understand, ages 8 to like 12 or 13, maybe 12. I am also going to read some children's board books during this because I just want to. So I want to read Franklin and Luna and the Book of Fairy Tales by Jen Campbell, YouTube's own Jen Campbell. I have wanted to read these for a while. And my library has just gotten them. The illustrations are by Katie Hartnett. And we've got, I'm pretty sure this is the first one. And then, so this is the series. There's 3 in the series. And this goes with my thinking for the next part, because prompt 4 involves traveling. And so book number 2 is Franklin and Luna Go to the Moon. Can you see that? I'm sorry for the glare. Okay. And then book 3 is Franklin's Flying Bookshop. I might have these out of order. I don't know. I do have these out of order. Forgive me. I think it's the Flying Bookshop. Sorry. The Flying Bookshop is the first one. And that's traveling. They're flying, right? So we're going to read that series. Then we have the prompt of written in the 1900s. And the yearling would definitely count for that. So that'll be what I read for that one. And then there's a couple of books that I would like to try and read that didn't necessarily fit any of the prompts, or maybe they do and I just don't know it. One that was recommended and on Krista's best books of the year of 2024 was Rain, Rain by Anne M. Martin. I've read Anne M. Martin before and really enjoyed her work, and this is about a dog. This book, everyone has told me about. They've told me it's going to make me cry, which I don't normally cry at books, so we'll see. But this is Monster by Walter D. Myers. This would also work for an author with 3 names. And I just think, I feel like I'm one of the few that have never read this. I'm pretty sure this is a banned book as well, so I'd like to get to that. And then the last one that I want to share that I'm hoping to read is also a book that was recommended by Leandra at the TBR 0. This is Ghost Girl by Ali Melaneko. And so what happened was Leandra recommended Ghost Girl, and then I looked at the library for books by Ali Melaneko, and they didn't have Ghost Girl, but they had This Appearing House. So I got that out and read it, and it ended up being my favorite middle grade of last year. So I'm really excited to read this. I picked this up at the bookstore when I was at the Alice Feeney event. So yeah, and I'm loving the cover on that one as well. Let me see. So these are kind of the books I'm thinking about for middle grade March, plus these. Let me know if you plan to participate in middle grade March, what you plan to read. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you can follow and see the videos next week, where I'll come and talk to you about the Irish readathon, and then the buddy reads and the read-alongs and all those other things that I hope to do in March. I hope you are having a great day, and I will see you very soon. Bye.